Welcome back to the Youth Academy Challenge, and it's episode 11 today. We have the youth intake, and also we're going to see how our first season went in Serie B. Let's do it. Halfway through the season, we were 10th. Now we're 12th. We've had a little bit of poor form. We didn't win in about 9 or 10 games. We are still relatively clear. I think we're going to stay up quite comfortably now. But I did put in all the youngsters. Now, we only won the last game against Catanzaro, 3-1. Catanzaro literally bottom of the league. That's the reason we won. But we'd not won there before in, I think that was 10 games, I think it was, stretching back. A few games we got unlucky, but we just weren't very good. Now, it's no surprise that that happened when I put Piras and Carlotti in the first 11. The form went downhill like I knew it would, but I have to play them. When I was thinking about it after the last episode, when I mentioned I'm going to do it at the end of the season, I thought there's no point waiting until the end of the season or until we're safe. I'm going to do it now. Carlotti is improving, as you can see. And also, Piras is improving quite nicely as well. Now, it doesn't look like he is right now, but he's had a lot of green arrows up until this last point. So, now it doesn't look like the best time to show you that, but he has got better, trust me. And he's actually average rating of 6.76. Doesn't look that bad. He should be soon improving to the next level. He's going to play every single game now because it's a critical point of the save, like I mentioned last time. We are, though, going to have a look at the most interesting part, which is the youth intake. Now, I saw this last night, this message here, and I was going to take a peek. I'm not going to lie to you. We're going to be honest. We're all friends. I was going to take a peek of it. It took a ridiculous amount of willpower to not check. So I'm going to check with you guys. I have no idea what this is going to be like. I'm really hoping I'm going to see 4 greens at the top at least, or 3 at the very, very least. If it's 2 good players, it's better than none, and 1, obviously, but I need 3 or 4 good players here. So, without further ado, let's have a look at the youth intake. Okay, so we got 3 good players, or 3 decent players, a right back, a right winger, and a centre midfield. Not too bad on the first looks of things. It could be better. The intake was a 3.5 star. We are going to then go into the youth candidates page. Let's have a look at my youth team view. We've got an ambitious player, which is annoying, but we have got a fairly professional guy, and he can play midfield right, which is really good. He can play striker, and he can play right back. That's really good. So Carmine Testori might be the guy for us. So which players are we going to be looking to sign? Carradi, I'm not going to sign him. Fairly professional, but I'm not going to sign him. Manechi, don't think we're going to sign him. Fairly professional and reserved. I could potentially bring him in. We'll see. I need numbers. I'm hoping if I sign him, that could change to maybe 3.5. Who else we got? We got Buganmi, left winger. Don't think he's ever going to be good enough to justify the wage that I'd have to give him. Roger Deriu is unambitious, which is really frustrating, by the way. One of our top 3 players is unambitious. He's not good. Now, he's a centre midfielder that can also play on the wing. Let's have a look at Roger. Doesn't look great. Not going to lie. He'll probably be on the bench next season. Hopefully, his determination and his personality can improve. With Roger Deriu, obviously he's unambitious. He's got 4 determination, so I've not got massively high hopes for him. But I think what we're going to do is he's already competent at right midfield, so we're going to make him a winger there, backup winger at the right midfield spot, which I think is the right thing to do. He's not a centre midfielder. He can't mark. He can't tackle. His mentals are lacking quite a lot. Obviously, he's got a little bit of pace. He's got decent physicals, a lot of at least 10. So we're going to make use of that and put him on the wing. Flair 15 as well helps for that a lot. He's going to be back up next year for right wing, but we are going to probably work in on, again, final third, which is going to get his decision making and his composure up, because they're quite important. Once those 2 come up, we're going to hopefully work on his attacking movement, which is his anticipation, decisions again, and he's off the ball. We're going to at some point work on his dribbling, but we don't need dribbling as much if we've got a good pace, because we can just give him the trait, knocks ball past opponent, and then it just sort of renders dribbling a bit useless because he just knocks it past people and runs round them with his pace and his flair. So the plan with Roger is right midfield, give him a final third extra focus, which will work on his composure and decisions, and that should be him. He'll be on the bench, but he'll be playing for the under-20s, and like I said, I will try and mentor him with a couple of bigger players. But if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But that's the plan. We're going to have a look at Francesco Palesci next. Centre midfielder, balanced. He looks okay. Doesn't look terrible. Doesn't look brilliant. His physicals though are very good. I mentioned that last episode. Physicals weren't very good on my players. He looks good physically, so that's really good. Francisco Peleschi will be on the bench next season. With Peleschi then, when he signs the contract, what we're going to do, I think with Peleschi, is we're going to make him a box-to-box midfielder because he's got good physicals, good aggression, good bravery. Ball-winning midfielder and box-to-box are his best ones, apparently, with Carolero. We use a box-to-box midfielder in our tactics, so that's likely the position we're going to use him in. He's going to be off the bench, and we are going to look at working on his composure and his decision-making to start with, which is final third. Obviously, I can't change it right now because he's not under contract, but when I offer him a contract, that's what we're going to do. I don't know how much he's going to improve because he's a balanced personality, but he's a media-friendly, so that's quite good. It's not like he's outspoken, confrontational, volatile, so the media handling style of Peleschi is quite good. And then hopefully the jewel in our crown is going to be Carmine Testori. Now I'm going to click on him and have a look at him properly. He can play in 3 different positions. Right back. He's probably not going to be a right midfielder with 5 dribbling. Right back looks quite nice for him. Striker. He's 6 foot. So maybe a centre back? Maybe a retrained to centre back? With Piras, tries long range passes, 6 passing, 10 marking, 11 positioning. He's more of a defender, isn't he? 6 off the ball for a striker, he's not going to work. And I'm just trying to make use of his 13 jumping reach. I think centre back might be the one for him. Right midfield, like I mentioned, dribbling's not good enough. He's not pacey enough. His work rate's not great. I think this guy's probably a centre-back. I don't see any reason why not, because my centre-backs are ageing. With Testori then, I think we've established, I've got 11 finishing, which is a bit of a waste as a centre-back. But the more I look at him, the more I'm thinking centre-back. Now, if you guys in the comments want to let me know what you guys would do with each of these players, that's absolutely fine. You might give me something, a perspective and a different angle to look at this. But I'm seeing the jumping reach, and I want to get the most out of that. Now, I've also thought, with Testori, potential defensive midfield. That's a potential thing we could do. But again, work rate's low, his passing's low, his vision's low, composure's quite low. I just think in centre-back it might be the best thing for him. Now, obviously, we could just throw him in at right-back and have a tall right-back and work on his pace. Maybe, because he's got 10 marking, 8 tackling. We could do that, and that way we get another youngster inside the team, or a backup at least at right-back. I'm struggling a little bit with this guy. He's got a good personality, so I want to make the most out of it. His media handling style is level-headed as well. And Cantarelli actually is his favoured personnel, which is quite nice. So Cantarelli, with his professional personality, looks like he's rubbed off on his personality. Doesn't look like he's done much with our potentials just yet. I don't think Cantarelli's done too much, like I mentioned before. I am quite hopeful, though, with that intake, because I saw more positive personalities that time. Before, we were struggling. I think Cantarelli is going to raise our roof in terms of our potential going forward. And if he does, we're going to make Cantarelli literally a hero of the save. I'm going to try and put him onto the... obviously, I can't put him on physically to the Legends page, but he will always be a legend of the club and of the channel. If he turns this round for us, what a man he is. So if we do decide to make him right back, I'll work on his quickness. If we do decide to work on his the centre back, I'll probably work on his strength to get that up. And if we do decide to make him a right winger, which is nigh on not happening, I would say. The only thing that's keeping me looking at right wing, right mid, is his 11 finishing. That could be quite handy going forward. I mean, striker. I'm now looking at striker and thinking pressing forward or target foot. I don't know. Guys, you're going to have to let me know what you're going to do with Testori. What would you do with Testori? He's not got really many weaknesses, which is nice. So this guy is definitely the best of the bunch this year. So Testori is going to get signed up. Peleschi is going to get signed up. Deriu's going to get signed up. I don't think we're going to sign Bughanmi. Maybe we do. And I might sign Maneshi. No, I don't think I'm going to. We can't do anything with that. We just can't do much with that. 5 dribbling for a winger. 5 crossing. Can't make him a fullback. 4 tackling. Can't make him a central midfielder, really. 3 vision. There's not much I can do with him. He'd take a lot of work. And for the wages I would have to give him because of the minimum wage rule law in Italy, I'm not going to do that. So it's annoying. The personalities, though, are a lot better. We've got a professional one there. A few fairly professionals are determined. That's nice. A lot of fairly professionals, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And a professional. And a determined. That is a lot better than before. Unfortunately, the good personalities are sort of near the bottom in terms of potential. I'm hoping that's going to change as we establish as a Serie B team. And also our new head of youth in charge of the intakes. It should change next time. So, as we said before, we've got Piras now at the back. I'm hoping we can maybe rejig that guy to be a centre-back for Brenner. So in a couple of seasons when Brenner's maybe 30, 31, he can jump in there. Who else have we got here? We've got Carlotti on the right wing. We're going to change our left-back next season. Is going to be Tajoni, obviously, but we've got El Mazi in the youth team. We're going to try and phase Henrique out as well. And then we're very close to having a full new Gen 11, which is what I want to try and aim for. The end of the season is going to be interesting because I don't know what's going to happen with Henrique. If Henrique leaves, we are so light on numbers, it's untrue. He's now gone down to a 2-star player. He's so far out of form, I can't even tell you. He's on 6.44 out of the last 5 games, which is so bad for Henrique. At some point, I'm going to have to drop him. I think I'm going to have to do it very, very soon. We might start. What might happen is probably the team's going to look like this. So I'm going to bring Rossi in for Henrique. Then Vantagiato's going to go up front. Then Rossi's going to go there. And I'm going to retrain Sabatini on the left. And then I'm going to put Rossi there. And I think next season, that's what the front 5 or front 6 is going to look like. That way, Sabatini is the only real-life player that's left. And he's still only 25, 26. So that's absolutely fine. Obviously, if we get a left midfielder in, Sabatini I'll look to phase out. But for now, he's too good to take out. We've still got the goalkeeper. We've still got Brenner. We've still got Fancelli. So that's 3 extras that we've got to get out. But they're quite young. Brenner's not, but Fancelli and Biagini are quite young. So we're not worrying about the right back and the goalkeeper position yet, or the left midfield position. Mutton's obviously leaving. But I think next season, that's probably going to be the first 11. And that is progress. So I'm going to try and make progress every single season. The league position doesn't really matter as long as we stay up. And these guys get an extra round of Serie B action under their belts to improve. Well, that's going to be the end of the video, guys. It's a short one today. Just a quick intake and a quick look at the next season plans. And what's going to happen in the next season. Leave a like on the video. That would be fantastic. It helps the videos so much. Leave a subscription on the channel as well. That's amazing if you can do that. It's free, of course. So go and do that really quickly. And until next time, as always, I'll catch you next time. Goodbye.